All right, everybody, welcome to our search engine optimization training tonight. This is going to be another practice session, but if you see on my screen here, we're going to practice SEO for category pages on an e-commerce website. A couple weeks ago, we did product pages, and we did some SEO for those. I want to show you some of the differences when you're doing a category page, and truthfully, the principles, they're all pretty much the same. The page and using Volusion is just slightly different, and I'm going to show you some of those nuances tonight. But before we start, let's write down the steps again. I'm going to write these down quickly, and then I'll take you through the process. Number one, we're going to choose our page. In this case, it's going to be a category page. So you choose a very specific category. This is a page-by-page basis. So if you have 25 categories on your site and 10 subcategories on your site, then you would do this 35 times. This same little process that we're going to go through 35 times. If you only have 4 categories on your site, you'll only do this process 4 times. So it's a bit more laborious for sites that are bigger, but the advantage of having a bigger site, of course, is you've got more doorways into the site, more pages to be found. Number 2, we're going to brainstorm potential keyword targets, okay? And I'll show you that step here in a minute. Number 3, we're going to check moz.com/explorer. That's the tool for 2 things. A, we're going to check the keyword for volume, and B, we're going to check the keyword for difficulty. So we're going to select a good quality keyword to optimize our category page on behalf, and then we're going to do just that. We're going to optimize. We're going to document our optimization, and then we're going to repeat the process and do it on another page over and over and over again. Okay. So that's kind of high level what we want to do, and just for the why. I mean, in case you're wondering why we're doing all of this, occasionally you'll hear about sites that aren't very Google compliant, or they don't mesh well with Google, or Google doesn't respect the site very much and doesn't rank it very well. That's what SEO is for us. We're going through and we're optimizing our pages so that Google likes what they see and ranks us better. And it is quite a process, but a Google ranking can be worth thousands and thousands of dollars to any business, tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? If you're ranking for the right keywords. So this is obviously worth our time. Okay, so no more talking about that. Those are the steps. Stop me if you've got questions about those. I'm going to take you through the process right now. I'm going to bring up our sample site here. This is same site we used a few weeks ago. This is Uptown Pearl. And you'll notice we have several categories on this site. There's a bracelets page here. There's an earrings page right here. There's a necklaces page right here. The bracelets page is pretty well optimized, but earrings and necklaces doesn't have a lot of optimization done on it, so we're going to do one of those pages as an example. So let me start out by signing into the account real quick as the administrator. I say let's do the earrings page. Now, just so you know a little bit about this business, this Uptown Pearl is a site that sells only pearl jewelry. So an earrings page on Uptown Pearl is just going to be pearl earrings, and if I scroll down and show you the products, you'll see just exactly what I mean. These are all earrings that have pearls used in them in one way or another, okay? Now I need to edit this category, so I'm gonna come up here. I'm gonna hit the little 3 white dots, and I'm gonna hit edit on this category, so I can start adjusting this earrings category. So I've already done step 1 here, right? I've already identified the page here under steps. I've identified the earrings page as what I want to do, right? All right. Now I need to brainstorm potential keywords for this page. We'll put my brainstorm right down here. So the question I ask myself when I'm looking at my earrings page is I have to say, okay, if somebody did a search in Google, okay, let's pretend for a second that somebody is right here looking at Google and they want to buy pearl earrings. What are they typing into Google? Give me some ideas, those of you guys who are here. It's kind of the first thing I do is I just come up with ideas off the top of my head. What intuitively, if I'm in the business to buy pearl earrings, what am I typing into Google right now? Yeah, right. Pearl earrings. I mean, most of you guys are saying the same thing. Okay, so let's put that down. What else might somebody type in? There's one, unique pearl earrings. I'm just going to put commas here. Pretty, well, so Jeff, pretty earrings, yeah, sure. But the problem with a keyword phrase like pretty earrings, and I'm going to put that down anyway, and it kind of goes along with just searching for earrings in general, is, you know, if somebody types in pretty earrings, do we know really what they're looking for? They're looking for a nice set of earrings, but pretty is so vague and generic, right? That could mean so many things. They're probably more of a shopper than a buyer. So I'm looking for more of a specific keyword phrase that matches what I'm offering, and that's why I would probably use the modifier there of the word pearl. Authentic pearl earrings, sure. Inexpensive, yeah, maybe inexpensive pearl earrings. These are actually quite cheap. They're not very costly. Inexpensive pearl earrings, right? We could probably go on and on here. The great ideas. So once I've got my list of ideas here, I can sort of go to the next step, which would be to check Moz, which is what I'll do right now. Let me go to moz.com. Need to log into our Moz account. See if I can remember my login here. Now, Moz costs money to use, right? Whoops. So use their free trial. Don't pay for Moz. You can create a free trial, and you're going to use this tool right here. This is the Keyword Explorer tool. So I'm going to type in first just pearl earrings, because that was the most obvious one, right? And I'm hoping the numbers are good on this, and that's really what I'm looking at right here. Yeah, numbers are phenomenal on this. Okay, so I said in our notes, we're looking at two things mainly. We're looking at this number, and we're looking at this number. Okay, somebody who's here with me, explain what it means under volume here when it says 11.5 thousand to 30.3 thousand for a volume score. What does that mean? Who can explain that to me intuitively? Is that a big number? Relatively speaking, yeah. Okay, Cliff, you're saying it's the number of people looking. Yep. It's the number of, I would say it's the number of searches happening within a calendar month. Now there's a spread there. They're saying somewhere between 11,000 and 30,000 people are looking in a calendar month. That's kind of a big spread, but they say with like a 90% confidence that it's most likely going to be between those numbers. I think seasonality comes into play. I would say in November, December, those numbers are much higher. They're lower in other months, but the bottom line is that's the number of people that are typing that in. Now, why does that matter, guys? Why do we want keyword phrases that have high volume? Well, we want to rank for a keyword phrase that people are actually looking for, right? The difference between pearl earrings and let's try one of the other ideas you guys gave me. Let's do like unique pearl earrings. Let's do a search for that and see what kind of number this gives us. Okay, there we go. Look at the volume score on that. Somebody explain that to me. 51 to 100 per month. What does that mean then in comparison to our other keyword search? Are people looking for unique pearl earrings as much? Not really, right? In fact, not even close. So the number of times that somebody actually types in unique pearl earrings is far fewer than just pearl earrings. Here's the trick though on this. This is sort of an embedded keyword phrase, because if we look to target this one, we get 2 for the price of 1. Because guess what? Pearl earrings is inside of this keyword phrase right here, right? So not only am I targeting unique pearl earrings, I'm also still targeting pearl earrings, which means I'm getting 2 keywords or 2 keyword phrases, one embedded in the other in my in my research, and it's kind of a bonus for me. So it's like I'm getting credit for both. So this would be a great keyword phrase to use. In fact, I think this will be the one we pick because we're getting credit for both. Now the volume is still okay here. The difficulty is not too bad at 39. This is something that we could actually compete for, right? Now, I know there's other metrics here. There's opportunity. There's potential. Let's just simplify things tonight. Please don't overwhelm yourself with all the numbers. Please just look at volume and difficulty. Okay. Now, what if the volume were 0? You'll see that. You'll see 0, and you'll see not available at times. That shouldn't shy you away from using a keyword phrase. Most of you guys should be very interested in trying to find keyword phrases with low difficulty numbers if you're a newer site. Newer sites have a harder time ranking, and so we want low difficulty, high volume if we can get it. But if we can't get both, if we can't get high volume and low difficulty, we would prefer lower volume and then lower difficulty, because we can't compete too much for higher difficulty keywords when we're a brand new site. I said that already, but I want to make sure that that's very clear. Okay, so that's going to be our choice then tonight. Let's choose unique pearl earrings. We could do some more research and look more up, but I'm pretty satisfied with that. I think that's a good keyword phrase. It identifies what's on the page. I mean, truthfully, if I view my page here, my Uptown Pearl, and I look at the earrings here, and I say, if someone searched and found this page looking for unique pearl earrings, would they be satisfied? Would this page satisfy that search request? And I can confidently say yes, it would. If I couldn't, if it was kind of a stretch, and if somebody did a search for unique pearl earrings and they got this page of earrings that they weren't really pearls at all and they were kind of cheapy earrings or just kind of random fashion earrings, that wouldn't make sense. This is very much relevant to the page. So it's a good choice. We're making a good choice here. Okay, well, back to our notes then. We've done step 1. We've done step 2. We checked Moz. Now we're on to step 3 here, or I'm sorry, step 4, which is to optimize the page. So let's do that together. Optimization is very simple. It's very methodical. You just have to know how to do it. So let's edit the category. By the way, questions about this? I mean, a lot of you guys I know have seen this before. So I know some of you probably don't have a lot of questions. If there's some newer clients here that do, please don't be afraid to ask. We're going to scroll down here to advanced info. Okay, so that's where we're going to start this whole thing. And I want to start here in the category description section. Now, we decided that, well, let me do this first. Let me list out what needs to be done. Okay, so if we're going to optimize something effectively, category optimization, there's some steps that we need to take. We need to do a meta title. We need to do a meta description. We need to do an H tag. Preferably, I should say an H1 tag. And I'll explain what these mean here in just a second. We need to use the keyword phrase in the content of the page. and we need an SEO friendly URL. Okay, those are kind of the 5 main components of good category page optimization. Maybe I'm going to add a 6th. We need unique written content. Okay, we don't want any copied content. We don't want any pages with no content. We need some actual unique written content. Okay. All right, so those are kind of the six parts, I would say. We could get even more technical, and I suppose if you were to talk to somebody else who does SEO, they might tell you one thing or another. It's not an exact science. Not everybody agrees exactly on what should be done in SEO, but what you're looking at right here is pretty much the fundamentals of what should be done. Okay, so let's optimize then. So let's start with number 1, the meta title. It's under here inside of Illusion. It's under search engine optimization. So if I click on that, here's the meta title section. And since we're using unique pearl earrings, right? Wasn't that our, yeah. I forgot our target phrase there for a sec. That's what we're using. That's what I would put there. Notice I'm capitalizing the first letter of each word, unique pearl earrings. Now I can leave my meta tag title like that. That would be sufficient. Just use your main keyword phrase. You can, out to the side, put a little bar. And for me, that's just above my Enter key on my Mac if I hold down the Shift key. And I could put something like, uptownpearl.com to brand myself. I could put my website name right there if it's not too long. Or I could put some other sales copy, maybe free shipping like that. Right, because this meta tag title is going to show up in Google. So it's important that not only does it use the keyword phrase, but if you can get some salesy sort of ad copy in there, it certainly doesn't hurt. But in the end, if we just go like this, maybe we brand ourselves like that, that would be sufficient. That'd be a good meta title right there. Okay? So check, that's done. Now I also said we need a meta description. Here's your description box. Your description, you don't want any longer than about 155 characters. I believe your meta tag title shouldn't be more than around just 50 or 55 characters. So you don't want to make these too long. Your description is the description of the page. So I want to tell my user who's potentially going to click on my site here in Google more about this page. And so I'm going to say, we sell a beautiful collection of unique pearl earrings. Now notice I used my target keyword phrase again right there. At affordable prices, free shipping on all orders, something like that. Okay, that tells people more about the page. Maybe I can say lots of styles or something, right? Whoops. Lots of styles, or many colors, or something, right? Anything I can put here that's going to maybe attract somebody to my click. Because remember, even if I rank on page 1 of Google, that doesn't mean somebody's going to click on my site. I'm trying to convince them here of this. And by the way, just so you know, kind of in context, why we're doing this, I'm basically saying if somebody goes to Google right now and types in unique pearl earrings and does a search, what we're creating here are these two things. This right here, this blue link on a listing, that's the meta title. That's the title. And then this part right here of a listing, that's the meta description. So that's what we're writing out here. And as you can see, I mean, the more compelling we make that content, the more likely it is we'll get the click, right? So that's important. So that's why we're spending time doing this, and we're also using our main keyword phrase to ensure that we actually rank high. Okay, so we've done these two now, right? We've done the title, we've done the description. Now we need to do an H tag, which I will show you how to do. It's very simple. So let's go back in here on our earrings page. Let's go to advanced info again. And right here, in the category description. Okay, this category description is going to be what shows up on the page itself. Like this, what we put here will actually show up on your category page. And usually, I want to use my target keyword phrase as the title here. So I'll put that in, and I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to select this little icon right here. This is the formatting icon, and I'm going to select header 1. Okay, that's going to transform this text into what's called an H tag. Now, if I don't like the size of that, I could highlight the size, come right over here, and size this down a little bit. I sometimes like about the size 16 or 18. Pulls it down. It's not too large that way. Okay, so there's my H tag, and then below that, this is where I would write out a short paragraph. Now, I'm not actually going to write anything out. I'm just going to type short paragraph. And I'm going to just repeat this over and over again. If we had more time, I would write something more unique, but there's my short paragraph, okay? And so within this short paragraph, I want to make sure I use unique pearl earrings probably at least once. Don't overuse it, but use it in there. And that paragraph is designed to kind of educate the user about what the page is about. So, you know, we carry great pearl earrings. They're in these different colors and these different styles. We offer free shipping. They're the best for this reason and that reason. You got this little paragraph that attempts to sell these earrings a little bit, right? Google picks up on that content. So if you've used your keyword phrase in that, that's going to be beneficial to your page. It's far better to have a category page that's got a little bit of content than got nothing at all, right? That's just good search engine optimization. Give the search engine something to chew on a little bit instead of a blank page. So anyway, that's the H tag. That's the content on the page. Now you can do more content than that. Down here, there's a secondary description below the products, and if you want to really load up on a lot of content, you could put a lot there. I don't like your introductory paragraph on your category page to be too long. If it's too long, it pushes the categories down the page, and that's not effective either. So a short top paragraph. And if you've got a lot more to say, you can use this secondary description box, and that content will show up below all of the products on your category page, okay? I mean, if this doesn't make sense, test it out and play with it a little bit. The important thing is that we're completing these steps of optimization. So we've done number 1, we've done number 2, we've done number 3. Did we do number 4? Did we use our keyword phrase in the content of the page? We did. We used that several times sporadically in our content. I know I didn't actually do it, but had we written the content, we would have put it in there. Number 6, we've done uniquely written content. Remember, none of this content is copied from suppliers or anywhere else. You're writing it yourself, and Google really appreciates that. The only one thing we haven't done, which is very simple, and I'll show you in closing, is number 5, which is the SEO friendly URL. And that's this part right here. Let me just circle this so you can see it. This is where we do the SEO friendly URL. Very easy to do. You come in here and all you do is you plug in your target keyword phrase. Just like that. And that's it. You don't separate it with anything, no commas, no dashes. You just do all lowercase, separated by a space, unique space, pearl space, earrings, and we're done. And we've, at that point, if we'll come up and hit this save button right here, we've fully optimized our earrings page. All that work, right? Now, when Google comes back and studies this page, and sometimes it takes them a week or two, once you've done your optimization, it may take them a couple of weeks to come back and see the changes you've made. Once they see those changes, you should see almost immediate bonus or benefit in your rankings. If you weren't able to be found at all, sometimes you can all of a sudden find yourself in Google when you make these types of changes. But I will say, and I think I mentioned this last week, there's lots of times where you'll do some of this SEO and nothing happens. You'll wait 4, 5, 6 weeks and you're still not showing up in Google anywhere, and then you're getting concerned, like, oh no, am I never going to get traffic? Is this going to work or not? It can and will still work. But if you're not getting an immediate bump in rankings, maybe your keyword phrase is too competitive. Maybe you're Maybe you chose a keyword phrase with too high of a difficulty. Or maybe you just need to do some link building, which we're not going to talk about tonight, but maybe we need to build in some links into this page to strengthen it so that you can rank better. Because this right here is not the only factor for determining rank. There are other factors. One of those includes how powerful is the page based on the number of links that are pointing to it. And that may sound confusing if you don't know much about link building, but that would be what I would look at. So if I do all of this and nothing's happening within a month and a half, then I'm thinking, okay, let's build some links into this and let's push the rank up that way. Okay? So I know we went kind of fast tonight. I hope that was helpful. I mean, that's all the way through the steps. I guess we didn't totally finish up. Let me go back out to our original plan. If we scroll up here, we talked about these steps right here. Okay, we did number 1, we did number 2, we did number 3, we optimized. Number 4 was kind of a long step that we just did. Now we like to document, and what I mean by document is you should have some sort of a Word document, or even, I know some of you guys that really like to just sort of have something tangible. Maybe you've got a notebook of some sort where you're keeping notes, where you're basically saying, okay, this category page, my earrings page, has a target keyword phrase of unique pearl earrings with these numbers, and I've got the SEO done. And you've got some notes on it, because if you're doing all of this for a giant website with 15, 20 categories and 150 products, it gets very confusing and hard to keep everything straight unless you're documenting what you're doing. So have some kind of documentation. Maybe we can do a longer training on what that might look like in the future. And then, like I said, number 6, we rinse and repeat. We do this over again for every single one of our category pages. And we do that because we want all of our categories to rank well. If you don't do SEO on these pages, they are going to struggle with Google rankings, because most of your competitors will be doing this very same thing. And if they're not, well, actually, I don't know if that's totally true. A lot of your competitors probably don't know how to do a lot of this stuff. So this is stuff that should give you a really great competitive edge. And if your competitors do know how to do it, a lot of times they don't do it because they just don't want to put in the work. And believe me, this success on this with the search engines looks a whole lot like a big pile of work, and it is. So some of you guys will complain a little bit about how hard it is to do SEO and how long it takes and how thankless of a job it can be, until you actually pull your rankings, and that's driving sales to your site, and you'll be glad you spent the time. It's definitely worth it. All right, well, hopefully that was a good practice session for you guys. Shelly, you say I copy my keyword and paste in the URL. That works. Saves all the retyping. Yeah, you can. Everybody's kind of got their own strategy here with this. I mean, copy and paste if you want, like Shelly does. That's fine. You know, it has been a great year, Elizabeth. We've enjoyed working with all of you guys. I mean, this we've been doing this marketing training now for what feels like a couple of years on Thursdays, and I've really enjoyed doing it. And I have no intention of stopping. We're going to continue our marketing training on Thursdays going into the new year. If there are any changes on webinar times, of course, we'll let you know. But as of right now, my Tuesday will still be an eBay training. My Wednesday will still be a Volusion, web design type training. And then on Thursday nights, I still plan on doing this. So if that works out in your guys' schedules, great. Love to have you in the new year. And thanks for being here with us. We will see you all next year. Thanks again.